So when I have the materials here, the smart materials, which are like folders of stuff, I can just change the paint color. So select the color and change it from here. That's easy. So this was a easy task because we have everything already set up here. Let's put it on yellow. So everything is already set up. If we want, we can change any of these. For example, if we wouldn't like the body, I'll go body, that how the material is projected here. Or let's go to the head. I don't like how the material is projected here. So I can change where the rust is. Because now if I go back to the head and go to check the rusts, just a moment, I'll move it here. The rust was controlled, or where the rust is controlled by the mask and the grunge on the mask. So this controls the rusts. So grunge dirt splats in my case. If I want, I can change how this is projected here. And that is done from up here before the actual grunge. It says fill, and then how it's, first of all, how it's projected. So there's UV or triplanar. And the triplanar is a bit better than the UV. Let's try to find the seam of the UV. Okay, I cannot find it. I need to check it in a moment. But the point is that the UVs always leave the where it's stitched together. So there's a line somewhere showing. And when we change this to triplanar, it puts the rust from different directions and softens it together. So we don't, with triplanar, we don't have to care if the seam is like on the forehead of a character, because this like projects the material from all around. Then what we have here is scale. So you can change the scale of the rusts. But this is like really, it goes really easily to really crazy amounts. So this is better to change this with the shift pressed. So you can change the scale. Then you can also change the rotation. So it rotates, and now you can see that when it's triplanar, it goes around in different directions. And then there is hardness that shows the actual, if you put it to 1, you can see where the different areas are. So it's here and here, it combines the material so that it looks that it wraps around softly. So the hardness should be somewhere Uh, by default, it's in 0.5, so that's quite good. So from these, you can change the how this looks like. Then there is also, you can also change, like move the where the rust is projected, and left and right and Y and Z and stuff like that. So you can change the how it looks like, or where the rust spots are. Okay, one more thing about the fills here underneath the mask. The point of those that we put the grunge on a fill, or we have the fills here, is that we can combine these fills which are underneath the mask. So we can have the grunge here, but we can also add, for example, paint here. So we first have the grunge, which is a fill underneath the mask, but now I will add paint also here. And now when I paint, just a moment, I need to zoom out. Okay. I'm on the wrong layer. I should be on the head, painting on the head. Okay, so now if I paint white, I add rust on top. Or if I press X, now my color is white. If I press X, my color is black. And now I remove the rust. So you can add paint to the mask, because I have a paint layer here also underneath the mask. And from X, you can change the color of the paints. So now it adds whites, so it pushes more rust on it. And if it's X, it removes it if I paint black on it. So that's why we have more. We have the options of combining these. And then of course we can also use a tool that we haven't used yet. If we are painting, we can also erase the paint. So now it erases it and shows the material on the bottom. And this takes a bit of time to wrap your head around, but it is logical in the end. And of course, if you check the brushes, I now have the paint here. And if you check the brushes, you probably already saw, I mean the shelf, you probably already saw that there is a possibility to change your brush from here. And then you have all kinds of like dirt brushes also that you can combine with the layers. So try to paint something on one of the layers here. You can paint on the rust, or then you can paint, of course, underneath the rust also if you want to. So you can paint on the paint underneath the rust.